Hello everyone, Vog here. Now aside from streaming various games, usually something like EVE Online or Tabletop Simulator or Call of Duty at the time of filming this, just wanted to create a video that kind of displays one of my main hobbies, which actually revolves around video game hunting and collecting. So, hey, let's check it out. Now, what you see behind me has literally, it's been a collection that's actually has taken well over a decade, about 15 years to amass. Right now there's about 1,500 games total, ranging from Nintendo all the way up to PS3. There is some, of course, like Sega CD. There's some Sega Saturn in here, and the main unique thing about this is it's all been obtained where none of it has been bought online. Everything itself has been obtained through hunting literally all over the West Coast, all the way down from like Bay Area, California, all the way up to northern Washington. And that's just kind of the fun of it. And the hobby itself, yeah, hitting up thrift shops, garage sales, occasional game stores, and also the occasional gaming expo. Portland Retro Gaming Expo, Retro Gaming Expo up in Seattle. Pretty much use those for a lot of the more rarer items. But figure we'll just go through a few of the items that are special to me and see what you think. Now, probably the first one that I'd like to bring up is probably one of the more rare items I have in my collection. And down here, that is this guy here. Now, as far as this one, this is actually the mail order version of the Doom PC game. Currently on eBay, probably, close to, I would say, like $300 to $400. Main thing about this one is I found it just based upon sheer happenstance, and really wasn't even aware of this being as rare as it is. Pretty much was sitting on my shelf for probably about 2 years, until I saw, just perusing around some retro gaming groups and everything, and people complaining about how rare this was, and then through that investigation found out that people sell it for $300 to $400. Main thing about this one as well, not sure if you can see it down here, but it's also had the case autographed by John Romero after I found it out. So kind of like this piece, and yeah, it's pretty neat. Next game that I want to bring up is the game, literally the first game that I ever ended up mastering as a kid. Probably consider it one of my more favorite Nintendo games, and it's actually one of the more cheaper, fairly common games you can actually find. But loved the replayability of it, and pretty much was a long enough game as a kid where my brother ended up getting it, and I kind of just took it over and ended up sinking hours and hours and hours into it until, pretty much doing single session playthroughs of it. That game right there, of all things, is, of course, the original Metal Gear. Definitely one of my favorite NES games, and definitely recommend check it out. Now you're going to kind of start to see a common occurrence here, and you're going to go down the DOS PC game route again. This time, as far as a game that was made local in my area, kind of a very well-known classic developer that was in the Oregon area that I'm in. And this game I'm going to bring up here is this one right here. Little Betrayal at Krondor. This game now you can actually get on freeware, but one of the first PC RPGs that I ended up playing and really understanding, I guess. Played, of course, you know, Might and Magic before this in the 80s, but this one is one that I literally played from beginning to end. Probably the first PC RPG that I played from beginning to end. The storyline, of course, based off the book of the same name, and definitely recommend checking it out. Now you can actually get this game on freeware, so definitely check it out. Next PC games I want to bring up, it's gonna be a twofer here. Back in the mid 90s, turn-based strategy, or even like 4X strategy, became quite the mainstay back then. And the company that actually mastered this during that time was none other than Microprose. These two games, I would say, are pretty much the tippy top of the 4X strategy. The only one that I'm not bringing up is Civilization, which Sid Meier is an amazing developer, and I love Civilization. Main reason is I don't have a copy of the original Civilization, but I do have copies of two of these. Let's get that out, and that right there. Both of these ended up finding at Goodwill, but this is Master of Magic and Master of Orion. Master of Magic following the fantasy route, kind of where Heroes of Might and Magic kind of got its luster there. And this one is sci-fi and kind of plays the exact same way as Master of Magic. And I would say definitely, if you get a chance and you have a machine that can play them, definitely check those out. I know you can find them on the DOS Internet Archive and actually try these out for free. And if you get a chance, amazing games. Then they're also, I think you can find them you can find Master of Orion on Steam as well. Ended up finding these at Goodwill for a fairly cheap price, but of course the laziness in me did not take the tags out, and not something that you can find very often nowadays. So now, last game I just wanted to bring up in this short video, something else we can always go back to and talk about more games and everything, but I'm going to bring up my absolute most favorite game of all time. Pretty much my friends who know me, they kind of make fun of me about my obsession over this game because literally I never shut up about it. Pretty much the first game that I'm looking to be able to utilize on any system, and keep on complaining that, you know, of course it never comes out for any system. Now, this is one game where if anything happened, if there was a fire or anything like that, this is the one game I would save. You know, as far as money value does not matter. This is straight sentimental value. It is an uncommon game, but if you ever get the chance to play it, I highly recommend it. It is, in my opinion, best game ever created. And that game is none other than the Genesis version of Shadowrun. Genesis version. Only the Genesis version. Super Nintendo one is great, but the main thing I love about the Genesis version is this is one of the original non-linear cyberpunk RPGs that I played, and is absolutely amazing due to the fact that it's actually non-linear and you can just kind of live out your life as a Shadowrunner. So I would highly recommend trying out this game, and if you love the Super Nintendo version, definitely check out this one as well, and hopefully it'll change your mind. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and if you want to see me add more videos of this, just let me know.